Hello everyone, welcome to coding session. Now we discuss about some of the examples of printf statement. Firstly, we said that in structure of C program, the first statement is the documentation section. So, in documentation section, we need to specify the comment lines. Now I write coding of C. This is the documentation section. Next, we said that we need to include the header files. Here we need to print the output to use printf statement. So printf is present in which header file? It is in stdio.h header file. Hence we include the stdio.h header file. To include it, we need to specify #include stdio.h header file. Now after this we need to specify the global variables, but specifying a global variable is not mandatory. It only depends on the program needs, and you can directly write the main function void main. Now within the main function we need to specify some functionality. Let us write the printf statement. Printf, and we said that printf can have n number of parameters. In the first should be the string. So string always enclosed with a double inverted comma. Now welcome to Apptipro. This is my string. Now every line should be terminated by semicolon. And here we mention the documentation section, and we mention the header file section. We don't need any global variables, so we do not declare any global variables, and we return the main function, and main function starts with the open curly brace and ends with the closed curly brace. Within that we return the executable statement as printf function. Here we no need of any local variable, so hence we did not declare any variable here. We will see each and every example. Now I need to execute the code. Compile. There are no errors. If you observe one thing, how many lines of code we written here is 6 lines, but here it compiled 314 lines. How it compiled is the functionality present inside the stdio.h, and it is invoked in our program. There are many functions present in stdio.h header file, and those functionalities are invoked in our program. So it compiles all the lines. Now if we run, 0 errors. To view the output, we need to press Alt F5. So we got welcome to Apptipro. Now if you want to view output, see, then again I'll run compile, and again I will run. Now Apptipro 1 I change here. Again I'm going to view the output, Alt F5. See, the previous output is also here and the new output is also here. So in order to clear the previous output, we use CLR SCR function, clear screen function. This is clear screen function. This should be written in after the declaration statement, but here there is no declaration statement, hence I written here. And now if I try to compile this, I'm getting an error. Why I'm getting an error is every function has some functionalities. To invoke that functionality, we need a header file. So for the CLR SCR function also, there is some functionality. That definition of that function is present inside, and header file called conio.h. So we need to include conio.h in our program. See now, if we run the code, see there is no the previous output, so the previous output is cleared. And now we are getting output when we are pressing Alt F5 key. And if you want to view the output at the time of execution itself, we need to use getCH function. This is get character function, and this definition of the get character function is also present inside the conio.h header file, so no need to mention again any header file for getCH. See now, compiling, and I am trying to execute. See, while execution itself, it's showing the output. Now we said the printf statement can have n number of parameters. Let us take a local variable int a equal to 20. This is variable a of type integer. Here I am both declaring and assigning a variable. Now if I want to print the value of a here, then I can't simply print a. It accepts it as a string. The meaning of string is whatever you have written here, the same will be printed in the output. If I written a, then a will be printed, but not the value of a going to print. To print the value of a, we need to specify a format specifier. For integer, the format specifier is %d. We discuss about format specifier in next class, but at this point of time you remember the format specifier of integer is %d. And now for this format specifier, we need to give a value. For what value we return this format specifier? For a value. So we need to specify the variable name a. If you write like this, the first format specifier is replaced by the variable second parameter. Now if I try to invoke, compile, and now I'm trying to run. What I got? Welcome to Apptipro 1 and 20. 20 is the value of a. So I got this. Now if I'm not going to use this a, I just use %d, then it reports a warning. See that actually we are assigned a value, but we are not using in our program. The warnings can be neglected. Run. Still I am getting the value. Actually that is a garbage value, not the value of a. For example, if I am not going to use any variable here, I'll make it as a comment lines. This is a single comment line. We said that it is used for commenting a single line. The compiler ignores this line now because we placed this line in the single comments. Now compiling and running our code. So it is replaced by 0, means it is a garbage value, because first it prints welcome to Apptipro and it goes for the %d. If we represent a %d, it means that there should be some variable or some value to replace the %d, and it checks for the parameters. There is no parameter, hence it default takes some value and it prints. So this is what happened here. And now if we have a comma and I place 200. Now I am having only one format specifier, but I am having two values here. That is, I said that printf can have n number of parameters, among which first is string, and from second to we can have variables, constants, function calling statements, etc. Here this is 200 is a constant. Now I'm going to run the code. What I get? Only a value I got. For the 200, it doesn't print the value of 200. Why this? Because we didn't specify any format specifier. If we specify a format specifier, 200 is an integer. Hence, we need to specify %d. Now, if we try to compile the code, now we get 200. And we said that we can even write our expressions here. For example, a minus 20. This is a format specifier for then second parameter. Now a value is 30 and here we are writing an expression. Here we are performing an operation, that is subtraction operation we are performing. Let us see the output. Compiled, running the code. Now 10 is the answer. So 30 minus 20, 10. So it can be a variable, constant and an expression. So it invokes. Now what happens if we place a string here? Let us see. A, B, C. Trying to compare. There is a warning. It reports a garbage value. Why it reports a garbage value? Let us wait. For example, if we remove this, now we try to compile and run. Now we got only welcome to Apptipro. So here it is of type string, but here we used a format specifier as %d. It is format specifier for integer, but it is a string. So we get a garbage value here. See, you are getting some garbage value 192. But we are not reporting any error. So the second statement can be of constant, expression, variable, and also string, function calling statements, etc. This is the examples of printf statements, how it invokes. And we said the variable declaration errors, right? Let us see. Int underscore a b equal to 20. Let us compile the code. Warnings ignored because we are not using a or b, so let it be. Wait, a comma b. Here again I am writing another %d. Sorry, the b value is underscore b, right? Underscore B. Now run the code. We'll get output. For example, if we declare int 1b equal to some 200, okay. See, it compiles and it reports an error. What is the error? Declaration terminated incorrectly, because it should not, and variable name should not start with a numerics. So this reports an error. If I keep b1, I said the numeric can contain in between the variables but not at the starting. Now it will execute. I use it to print b1 also, and I need to specify another format specifier for that. Compile and run the code. So these are the rules of a variable. I said in one code you can have only one main function. What happens if we declare another main function? Let us see. Main function. No problem, let it be empty. I will compile it. I got an error. Why I got an error? Body has already been identified for function main. So we already written function main's body. It means in C program the compilation takes place from top to bottom. First, here each and every line is going to compile and checks for an error. So here it says that it has a main function and invokes all the statements, and it comes here and it says here there is again a main function, and so it reports an error because it already compiled a main function previously, but again there is another main function, so it reports an error. So in code we can have at most only one main function. Okay, and we said that the execution starts within the main function and terminates within the main function itself. For example, I write a printf statement here. Printf hello. There is no syntax error. Let us compile. I'm getting a warning because the style of function definition is not absolute, because we mentioned outside the code. It said that the execution starts within the main function itself, but we return the printf statement outside of the main function, so it reports a error. We need to write within the main function. Okay. Now, difference of global variable and local variable. For example, I specify a global variable C equal to 50. Now here I mention another function name fun1. Here I will print the value of C here. Here locally I didn't declare any C value within this function, but I declared C where outside of all the function. So printf C equal to invoke C value we need to specify a format specifier %d comma C. So here I am invoking the C value, and now let us see what will happen. Compiling the code. Now I am going to run the code. Here we said that the function execution starts from the main function and terminates within the main function itself. So execution starts here and ends here. When this function should be called, so we need to call the function in the main function itself. After this statement, we call function 1. Now let us see. We are getting an error because this function should have a prototype. Why we are getting this error is whatever the function we are going to invoke in C language, this is only with respect to C, it is different from Java and C++. If we want to invoke the function 1, it should be present before its declaration. Here we are calling the function, but we are writing after this, so we are getting an error. In order to not to get an error, we need to specify before itself. Here only you need to write a function void fun1, and here I need to specify printf statement. Printf C equal to format specifier variable name. Now see, we don't need this. Now it will compile successfully. This is because here we are calling function 1, but we are writing its functionality here. The compiler checks line by line. I said that compiler compiles from top to bottom. It checks from one line to line. Here previously there is no function 1. When it comes to fun1, it thinks that there is no function 1 before, so it reports an error, but it doesn't know that we declared later. So here, in order not to get error, we need to declare before this. So similarly, the C is declared globally, that is outside all the functions. So we can invoke inside any function, that is inside a fun1 or inside a main function. We can access the C. So if I run the code, I get C equal to 50. So these are the examples of printf statement. Thank you.